Welcome back to Next Level English. I am Maya, and if you are joining us for the first time, welcome. And if you listened to episode 1, welcome back. Today, we are doing something really exciting. We are picking up right where we left off in episode 1, and we are going deeper.
And I am Tom. So in episode 1, we covered the basics of English for taxi rides. Getting in, giving directions, paying, tipping, small talk. We built a really solid foundation. And if you have not listened to that episode yet, go back and check it out first, because today we are building directly on top of it.
That is right. Think of episode 1 as the ground floor, and today we are going up a level. Because here's the thing, once you know the basics, there's a whole other layer of natural English that makes you sound not just competent, but genuinely fluent. And that is what Next Level English is all about.
Today we are going to cover things like booking a taxi in advance, dealing with rideshare apps in English, handling delays and waiting, expressing preferences to your driver, and responding to questions the driver might ask you. All real situations, all real language.
I love this episode. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so in episode 1, we started from the moment you get inside the taxi. But today, let's go back even further. What about before you even get in the car? A lot of people book taxis in advance, especially for early morning flights or long trips. So, what do you say when you call to book a taxi?
This is so important. When you call a taxi company to make a booking, one of the first things you will say is, I would like to book a taxi for tomorrow morning. I would like to book a taxi. That is your opening chunk. I would like to book a taxi. It's polite, it's clear, and it works every time. I would like to book a taxi for tomorrow morning at 6. I would like to book a taxi for this evening. I would like to book a taxi.
And then the person on the phone will ask for details. They might say, where will you be picked up? Where will you be picked up? This is about your pickup location. Your pickup location is the place where the taxi comes to collect you. Pickup location. It's 2 words. Pickup location. Where is your pickup location? What is your pickup location?
And you answer with something like, I will be at 22 Park Road, or I will be outside the Grand Hotel. I will be at. I will be outside. These are your position phrases. I will be at the corner of Main and Fifth. I will be outside the shopping center. I will be at the front entrance. I will be at. I will be outside.
And then they might ask, where are you headed? Where are you headed? This is another way of asking, where do you want to go? Where are you headed means, what is your destination? Where are you headed? You answer, I am headed to the airport. I am headed to the city center. I am headed to Terminal 2. Where are you headed? I am headed to.
I really like that phrase, where are you headed? It sounds so natural and casual. And notice the response, I'm headed to, uses the same word, headed. If someone asks, where are you headed? You say, I'm headed to. They match. Where are you headed? I'm headed to the airport. That's a really clean pair to remember.
After you give the details, they'll usually confirm the booking. They might say, we will have a driver with you at 6 in the morning, or your driver will arrive at 6. And a very useful phrase you can use to confirm is, could you confirm the booking, please? Could you confirm the booking? This is asking them to repeat the details back to you so you know everything is correct. Could you confirm the booking, please? A very professional and natural thing to say.
And let's say you need to cancel or change the time. You can say, I need to cancel my booking. I need to cancel my booking. Or, can I change the pickup time to 7 instead? Can I change the pickup time? Very straightforward. I need to cancel my booking. Can I change the pickup time?
So for the booking section, let's lock in the key language. The opener, I would like to book a taxi. Vocabulary, pickup location. Position phrases, I will be at, I will be outside. The question and response pair, where are you headed? I am headed to. And the confirmation phrase, could you confirm the booking, please? All of those together give you everything you need for booking a taxi over the phone.
Now, let's talk about rideshare apps because a lot of people these days are using apps like Uber or Lyft instead of traditional taxis. And while a lot of the app interface is visual, there are still real English conversations that happen between you and the driver, either in person or through the app chat.
Right. So, one thing that happens a lot is the driver messages you through the app to find you. They might say something like, I'm outside, or I'm at the corner, and you might need to message back. A very natural response is, I'll be right out. I'll be right out. This means I'm coming, just give me one moment. I'll be right out. You say this when you are still inside a building and the driver is waiting. I'll be right out.
I will be right out. That's such a useful phrase beyond taxis, too. If someone is waiting for you anywhere, you say, I will be right out. I will be right out means I'm coming very soon. Do not leave. I will be right out. Keep that one. I will be right out.
And sometimes the driver cannot find you, especially in a busy area. You might need to help them locate you. A helpful message is, I'm standing near the main entrance, or I'm by the blue door. I'm standing near. I am by. These phrases describe your exact position. I'm standing near the fountain. I'm by the shopping sign. I'm standing near the front entrance. I am by. I am standing.
And if you can't find the driver, you can message, where are you exactly? Where are you exactly? Adding exactly makes it clear you need a precise answer, not just a general one. Where are you exactly? Or you can say, I can't see you. Can you describe your location? I can't see you. Can you describe your location? Very clear and helpful for both sides.
That phrase, can you describe your location, is really good because sometimes a driver might say they're on the street, but there are two entrances and you're at the wrong one. Can you describe your location gives you all the information you need. Can you describe your location? Use that.
And one more rideshare phrase, when you get in and you want to verify it's the right car and driver, you can say, are you here for Maya? Are you here for Maya? Or are you my driver? Are you my driver? Simple confirmation questions. Are you here for Maya? Are you my driver? Always good to check, especially in a busy pickup zone.
The driver might respond, yes, heading to the airport, and you just say, that's right, or yes, that's me. That's right, yes, that's me. Quick, clear confirmations. That's right, yes, that's me. All right, let's talk about a situation that happens to everyone at some point. You're waiting for your taxi or rideshare and it's late. The car is not there yet and you're wondering what is going on. What do you say?
This is where a really important phrase comes in. How much longer will it be? How much longer will it be? This is asking about additional wait time, not how long in total, but how much more time do I need to wait? How much longer will it be? The driver or dispatcher might say just 5 more minutes or about 10 more minutes. And the key word here is about. About 10 more minutes. About means approximately, not exactly. About 10 more minutes.
About is such an important word for time expressions. About 5 minutes. About half an hour. About 20 minutes away. About softens the time and makes it an estimate, not a promise. Native speakers use about constantly for time. About 10 more minutes, about an hour, about 5 minutes away. Keep that word, about.
And if the wait is getting really long and you are frustrated, a polite way to express this is, I have been waiting for quite a while now. I have been waiting for quite a while now. Notice how that is still calm and not aggressive. It states the fact without accusing anyone. I have been waiting for quite a while now. The phrase quite a while means a fairly long time. Quite a while. I have been waiting for quite a while.
Quite a while is one of those phrases that sounds very natural and measured. Not forever, not a long time, just quite a while. It is a polite way to communicate that you are patient, but you are also noticing the wait. I've been waiting for quite a while now. A good phrase to know.
And if you need to cancel because the wait is too long, you can say, I'm going to cancel the ride. I am going to cancel the ride. Or in a more conversational tone, I think I will just cancel. I think I will just cancel. Notice the hedging language from episode 1 coming back here. I think. That softens the statement. I think I will just cancel. Very natural.
Yes, and just in that sentence is interesting too. I think I will just cancel. The word just there minimizes the action. It makes it sound like a small, casual decision. I will just cancel. I will just walk instead. I will just take the bus. Just makes the action sound easy and low effort. I will just cancel. Remember that use of just.
Now, let's talk about preferences. Sometimes you want to say something to your driver about how you like the ride. For example, maybe it is very hot in the car. What do you say?
A polite way is, would it be okay to turn on the air conditioning? Would it be okay to? That chunk, would it be okay to, is a very polite way to make a request. You are not demanding anything, you are asking permission softly. Would it be okay to turn on the air conditioning? Would it be okay to open the window? Would it be okay to turn the music down a little? Would it be okay to, followed by your request.
And if the music is too loud, instead of just saying turn it down, you can say, could you turn the music down a little, please? Could you turn the music down a little? The phrase a little softens the request. You are not saying turn it off completely, just a little. Could you turn it down a little? Could you turn the heat down a little? A little makes it sound more considerate and less demanding.
Could you turn it down a little? That is so natural. And notice we're using could you again. In episode 1, we had could you say that again? Could you speak a little slower? Could you is a polite request pattern. Could you turn it down? Could you pull over here? Could you slow down a bit? Could you is your polite request starter. Could you?
And what if you are in a hurry? You can say, I'm running a little late. Is there a faster route? I'm running a little late. Running late means you are behind schedule. You might miss something. Running late. I'm running late. I'm running a little late. And then you ask, is there a faster route? A route is a path or road you take to get somewhere. Route. Is there a faster route? Is there a shorter route? Is there a quicker way to get there?
I'm running late. That phrase is everywhere in English. I'm running late for my flight. I'm running late for the meeting. I'm running a little late. And pairing it with, is there a faster route, gives the driver context and invites them to help you. I'm running a little late. Is there a faster route? Use those together.
And the driver might respond, I can try the highway, or there might be a shortcut. A shortcut is a faster or shorter path that avoids the main road. Shortcut. There's a shortcut through the back streets. Let me take a shortcut. Shortcut, a faster alternative path. Shortcut.
Shortcuts. I love that word. And it works beyond driving, too. In everyday English, shortcut means any quicker way to do something. There's a shortcut to learning vocabulary. There is no shortcut to fluency. But in the taxi context, shortcut is a faster road. Shortcut.
Now let's talk about something from the driver's side, because the driver might ask you questions too, and you need to be ready to respond. One very common question is this your first time in the city? Is this your first time in the city? How do you answer naturally?
You can say, yes, actually, it's my first time here. Yes, actually, it's my first time here. Notice how actually comes back from episode 1? We said actually introduces something a little unexpected, and here, yes, actually, adds a natural conversational surprise. Yes, actually, it's my first time here. Very smooth.
Or if you've been there before, no, I've been here a few times. I've been here a few times. Or, no, I know this city pretty well. I know this city pretty well. Pretty well means fairly well, quite well. I know this area pretty well. Not perfectly, but well enough. Pretty well.
And the driver might follow up with, what brings you here? What brings you here? This is a natural way of asking, why are you visiting? What brings you here? You can answer, I'm here for work. I'm here for work. Or, I'm visiting some friends. I'm visiting some friends. Or, I'm just here for the weekend. Just for the weekend.
Short, natural answers. What brings you here? That's such a warm and conversational question. Not just why are you here, but what brings you. It sounds like the city pulled you in somehow. And I'm here for work, I'm visiting friends, just here for the weekend. These are your natural response options. What brings you here? I'm here for work, I'm visiting friends, just here for the weekend.
Another thing a driver might ask, do you need a receipt? Do you need a receipt? A receipt is a printed or digital record of your payment. Do you need a receipt? For business travelers, this is very important. You answer, yes, please, or no, that's okay. Very simple. Do you need a receipt? Yes, please. No, that's okay.
And if you do want a receipt, but they didn't offer one, you can ask, could I get a receipt, please? Could I get a receipt, please? Again, could I get is a polite request pattern. Could I get a receipt? Could I get a copy of that? Very natural.
All right, we're almost at the end of today's ride. Let's do our big final recap because, as we always say on this show, repetition is how language sticks. Let's go through everything we learned today.
For booking a taxi, I would like to book a taxi. Pickup location. I will be outside. Where are you headed? I'm headed to, and could you confirm the booking, please? I would like to book a taxi. I'm headed to, could you confirm the booking?
For rideshare situations, I will be right out. I'm standing near. I'm by. Where are you exactly? Can you describe your location? Are you here for Maya? Are you my driver? That's right. I'll be right out. Can you describe your location? Are you my driver?
For waiting and delays, how much longer will it be? About 10 more minutes. I've been waiting for quite a while now. I think I will just cancel. How much longer will it be? Quite a while. I will just cancel.
For expressing preferences, would it be okay to? Could you turn it down a little? I'm running a little late. Is there a faster route? Shortcut. Would it be okay to? Could you turn it down a little? I'm running late. Shortcut.
For responding to driver questions, yes, actually, it's my first time here. I know this city pretty well. What brings you here? I'm here for work. I'm visiting friends, just here for the weekend. Could I get a receipt, please? Pretty well. What brings you here? I'm here for work. Could I get a receipt?
And don't forget the connecting threads from episode 1 that showed up again today. Could you for polite requests, just to minimize or soften actions, about for approximate times, actually to introduce something unexpected. These are not just taxi phrases. These are patterns you can use in so many situations in English.
That's the real takeaway. Every taxi ride is a mini English lesson. Every conversation with a driver gives you real, practical language that works in shops, in offices, in airports, in hotels, everywhere.
We're so glad you're on this journey with us at Next Level English. Keep practicing every single day, even if it's just saying one phrase out loud to yourself. Could you confirm the booking? I'm running a little late. I'll be right out. Say them, own them, and they will be yours.
And next episode, we're leaving the taxi and stepping into a whole new situation. So stay with us.
I'm Maya.
And I'm Tom.
And we'll see you in episode 3. Keep going, you're doing great.